Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Below the Line, the show about how movies are made. This week, Mr. Sam Raimi sent help to Hollywood. How are you, my good friend, Mr. Zach
Hey,
Houston Scott?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing right. Guess what?
What?
I actually got to see Send Help.
Look at
Um,
that.
it came out in Mexico, ironically, because you were supposed to be the one that has seen it, and the M Night Shyamalan twist you have not seen, and I did.
You're telling me, no, that is an ironic twist.
It's very M Night. It's like M
Oh,
Night
yeah.
is writing our podcast.
Well, the reason I'm going, not haven't seen it yet, is because I'm waiting until Tuesday to go and watch it. Because here in Canada, it's $5 tickets for general admission and $5 small popcorn. So if you want to go see a movie for a cheap price the month of February, I highly recommend doing it. And something like this is something I want to take advantage of. I mean, the promo ends before the release of Scream 7 at the end of the month, of course, but I
So
mean,
you have a couple of good movies. I mean, you have the Jacob Elordi one with what's her
Margot
name?
Robbie. Yeah, you've
Yeah,
got
Margot
Wuthering
Robbie.
Heights. You've got, oh Lord, what else is coming out in a few weeks?
I mean,
Um,
you got Send Help.
Send Help. Yep, which is what I'm
Um,
going to see on Tuesday.
the Goat,
Um,
the
the Go.
animated film. Yeah.
Yep. Got to support the Sony team with that one. Same team that did K-pop and Spider-Man.
Project
Um,
Hail Mary is not coming out yet, right?
that's not coming out until April, so we
Yeah.
will wait till then. But even then, I want to go and watch the Mario Galaxy movie. Or
I
no,
mean,
sorry, March. I stand corrected. It comes out in March.
yeah, it's before Mario Galaxy.
Yeah. And I mean,
Well,
Hoppers and The Bride are coming out the first week of March as well. So, I mean, I'd still say go see movies for $5 on Tuesday if you can. Just there's still
yeah,
a
I would
couple.
recommend. I don't know what's playing, but I would recommend Primate, maybe.
Yep.
Obviously, all the Oscar nominees are probably gonna get a push to be seen by people. So maybe now it's the time. Send Help, I recommend it. What else is playing? Silent Hill, if you're into
No,
game adaptations.
don't go see Silent Hill. There's the Wrecking Crew with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista that Amazon released this weekend. So
Is that on Prime?
it probably is on Prime, but if you can catch a big screen of it, I'd say go check that out.
I mean, the re-release of Lord of the Rings might still be there, so go see it for $5.
Very true. But I'm glad you enjoyed Send Help from the sounds of it. It seems you very much really got into it.
Well, do you want me to start by giving my thoughts, or do you want to start with other topics? Like, I guess I wanted to ask you because you're more involved with the industry and with, you work uh, in a major studio that makes animated films with prestige. Do you think so? For those that are not aware, I think personally, I think the strikes a couple of years ago have heavily impacted the film industry to a point that I don't think we have recuperated from the impact of stopping work for so long. I'm sure you read the article, Zach. Do you think the industry could withhold another strike in 2026?
Honestly, no. If this one comes, then it is going to shift things to a very different level. Not to say that it's going to go away, quite on the contrary, but we will be seeing less work than ever before. There was a shift to reality TV that I think more and more
Mr.
people are
Beast.
seeing. Mr. Beast is the right way to how he's been approaching this, in that he's been very much focused on just going outlandish and over the top. And what all of the streamers are doing now is focusing on that. I think we're kind of nearing the end of where content or premium content made by these distributors is coming to an end if they don't want to negotiate. There is also, as well, talks of another actor strike, which
Oof.
is,
That would kill the rest of the release schedule for the summer. I mean,
yeah,
think about it. You release The Odyssey, a film that it's worth like $1 billion at this point, and you cannot have that cast to promote it. That's like I mean, you cannot even have Nolan because he's part of the Writers Guild as well. So it's like, how do you promote a film that needs so much promotion? I know people are seeing it because it's been sold out for like a year, but nonetheless, I think that would be so damaging to the industry itself.
Yeah. But from what it looks like, and just as I'm reading it, it seems to be the staff of the Writers Guild themselves, like less to think about the Hollywood system or like the studios themselves, and more just the
Hmm.
people who make up the union. Which, I mean, that's not to say that it can. Well, you never know with these things, but there has been a lot of dramatic shifts, and I think
They
as
still
you
have
know,
2 weeks, I believe, to
yeah.
negotiate,
But
which
in
is
my
nothing and
opinion,
a lot.
no, it's nothing. Especially because when you consider that's like 10 days if they take the weekend off. But no, I really do feel, for the record, I am anti-union. I am proud to say that because I feel
Wait,
like you should be paid to be what you're given, and
you're
I
not in
think
a union yet, right?
not anymore. I used to be, and
Which
even then,
one?
the DGC.
Oh, Directors Guild of Canada, which is the equivalent to the DGA, right?
Yeah, but there's a reason why nothing really happens with the DGC or the DGA and all those, because the focus seems to be on the SAG and the Writers Guild because they make up the scripts, and their jobs seem to be more or less getting replaced by potential AI strikes and everything. But we shall see.
That's an irony in itself, very funny because of the alleged rumors that maybe ChatGPT had something to do in Stranger Things season 5. Because apparently this is a theory from the internet. I cannot confirm it. I've seen the image, but it's too zoom in. There's a shot from the documentary of the behind the scenes from Stranger Things season 5 of one of the Duffer brothers computer with like 1,000 tabs open. Some of them were Reddit, and apparently some allegedly were ChatGPT, which, you know, it's definitely interesting that, maybe writers use it, maybe writers don't use it, but I think that's a peculiar thought of, well, is AI already being used and it just needs to be gatekept, or is it not being used? I mean, look at Apple releasing Creative Studio this past week, which is like creative apps with basically they're charging you to use AI. So how do you regulate this is a very interesting topic for sure.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we'll
yeah.
see, I guess, and we'll talk about it for sure.
We will. We'll keep you monitored, folks. But in the meantime, as we await for that bit of doom glaze and help, I honestly also wanted to devote this episode talking about Sam Raimi, the filmmaker, because
Mm-hmm.
this is his first film he's directed since Oz the Great and Powerful about 13 years ago. And
No,
this is
he
his
directed
first.
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, true. No, never mind. He directed
That's
Multiverse of
how he
Madness.
met Rachel McAdams, actually.
Yes, you are correct. Okay, disregard what I said. I'm sorry, folks. Well, that tells you about Multiverse of Madness.
One sequence that felt like him, and that was in the house.
Yeah,
But I don't think Disney let him be him.
no. But I mean, they didn't have Scott Derrickson come back from the first film because he clashed with Marvel too much. So I think Sam Raimi was brought on more as a game player, and just
Yeah,
because they
he
claim
was.
that, yeah, he's a director for hire. Because I mean, outside of the cool Danny Elfman score and some of the tropes that he
Mm-hmm.
has, the car, the Bruce Campbell cameo, the way his edits work, especially his tracking shot, it was very much
MCU film.
MCU film done by a more auteur director to an extent. I
Yeah,
think the script really hurt it personally, but this is his first original film. Okay, I will stand corrected with that, since Drag Me to Hell back in 2009.
with
So,
Justin Long.
yes, and I don't remember who
Drew
the.
Barrymore, I believe.
That wasn't Drew Barrymore. Drag Me to Hell?
It was around the time they did a lot of films together, so maybe I'm confusing them.
Allison Lohman is the actress
Yeah.
who was in that film.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, no, it's pretty awesome to see him again because I just gush over this guy. I mean, you look at The Evil Dead, like the first kind of trilogy that he made,
including the short.
including the short Within the Woods. Yes, the film that inspired it. It's such a gonzo. Like, this filmmaking craft is honestly what you could see like an independent maker's dream. Like, he's just so good at like the limitations and budget constraints he works against. Like, you look at that first Evil Dead movie and just seeing like all that shocking content, and then seeing it fully realized in the sequel where it's a bigger budget that basically retells the same story. It's just so grand. It's just so like night and day with what the guy can do with more money and more time overall.
Yeah, I think there was something special about those first um, independent films that he did, even the short. I mean, you said the short was short inspired. I think that was the thing that financed the feature film.
It financed Evil
Apparently,
Dead is what I mean.
apparently, the dentist that financed that film still gets money from the uh, payback from the film itself, which I think is pretty interesting. And I don't think it's a case study that a lot of independent filmmakers have replicated. I think, like many other filmmakers, he chose a genre film and he had a distinct take on it because it's similar to, a lot of horror films. It's about possessions and, about, you know, demons and stuff like that. But I think what he did truly special was the point of view with the overcrank shutter.
Yeah.
That made it have a distinct look and an identity. And I think he has followed that identity throughout his whole career. I mean, when you look at in Spider-Man 2, the sequence where Doc Ock comes to life, the shots of the tentacles are very much inspired by those same shots. That he has carried throughout his whole life. And those odd angles with extreme close ups on a wide angle lens, that's something that he's been doing for a very long time. And, has given him a sense of identity.
Hmm. I agree.
But yeah, I think personally, I got to meet him with Spider Man. I don't know. What's your story with Sam Raimi?
It's same Spider-Man. I think that was kind of our generation that met him. Like,
Introduction.
yeah, introduction. He created the modern superhero film with it. I know X-Men is considered like the one that was the dawn of
Well,
the century.
technically, he's part of the MCU now.
He is, yeah. I mean, when you consider it, but no, I think everybody who grew up with Spider-Man, that's their introduction to Sam Raimi. Like, his style, the way he edits his films, the way that he operates and directs, everything like that is very much
And a mixture of CGI with practical effects.
yes. Not to say
Because
they've always matched well. I mean, it's pretty easy to say, but they are fun a lot of the time, I think.
I'm in
Especially,
particular with Spider Man.
oh
Because,
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
a lot of the shots where he's on the wall, he's actually on a wall that they built. So they are actually shooting him climb a wall. And I think that's pretty fascinating how they did it. And the way I think Mark Webb and John Watts have struggled to make the swinging feel as epic is because the way he shot it, it's just still to this day very groundbreaking, and it puts you at the edge of your seat.
Hmm.
And his casting was phenomenal. Like the way he humanized the Green Goblin with Willem Dafoe's performance, and it's more like a mental health issue versus I'm just evil because Spider Man and Green Goblin are one side of a coin. It was very fascinating how he was able to accomplish that
Yeah.
in a time where humanizing the villain was perhaps not as popular as it is today.
No, definitely. And then he carried it forward with two sequels, one of which is considered the greatest of all time, and pushed it forward with Doc Ock and Spider Man 2, and just making a film that felt real, like him going through his struggles. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was pretty relatable. And no, just essentially, again, that same example, taking the first film and expanding on it with a bigger budget and just doing more with it. He is really good at that.
And to his credit, whether people say about Spider-Man 3, there was a lot of studio interference. But hey, at least he gave us the iconic Bully Maguire. You
Yeah.
cannot ask for more. Bully
I,
Maguire is goaded at this point. He has aged like the prequels have aged, if you know what I mean. Now people love that movie when people hated it 20 years ago, even though it made like a lot of money back in the day.
Yeah, it's the same people that say Army of Darkness is like the weakest of the three Evil Dead movies or the ones he directed. Like, yeah, you're right, but it's still fun. Like, there's still an over the top, just he works in the limitations and it's kind of allowed to do whatever he wants. I know with Spider Man 3, he didn't just because he had to put
Yeah.
Venom in. He had to like wrap up a lot of unintentionally. I know he wanted to make a fourth one, but couldn't just in the time frame that was given to him. But still, I mean, that's a guy who knows his craft and is able to work with the limitations, like Doctor Strange, for example. But
Well, Doctor Strange, I don't think he had budget limitations. I think he had script limitations that, I mean, hey, for 2026, I think it's pretty sad that the script that they were trying to build up, it's kind of meaningless, towards what's coming in the MCU.
mhm.
Like, what's her name? It's not Miss Marvel.
Oh,
It's
American Chavez, yeah.
America Chavez is not
Yeah.
going to be in Doomsday. So, like, the whole movie is pointless towards, the new Avengers. So, it's also kind of like a shame that, there's a criticism that Marvel hires in a comedian. They just need a guy to say action and cut and direct actors. It's a shame that they didn't let him do what he wanted because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
If he had gone and do what he wanted, the script would still be pointless because they're rebooting everything.
Yeah. What's funny to me is like that the girl American Chavez, that's the only project she's ever appeared in, yet she keeps coming into like the Marvel screenings and like all the world premieres. So like what's the point, you know?
I
Like,
mean, once you're part of the family, you're part of the family, I guess.
but it's been 4 years since we've seen her. Is she ever coming back or what's going on?
Maybe in the what's Secret Wars in the Secret
Yeah,
Wars
maybe.
film. Maybe. I mean, to be fair, out of that movie, I would rather see Benedict Cumberbatch come back and Elizabeth Olsen, not her.
What about Wong or what about
Oh,
oh
sure,
god,
those
what's his
those
name?
characters too. Those characters too.
Mordor. I felt like we missed a lot with Mordor, considering the post
Wait.
credits scene
Oh yeah,
basically
he
was
does
ignored.
survive. He does survive. Yeah. See, you remember better the film than I do.
I watched that film 3 times in theaters.
Oh
But
boy, were you a masochist?
outside of Doctor Strange, though, I mean, another one that does disappoint me kind of with him is Oz the Great and Powerful, especially in a post Wicked world, I think, is
Oh, that's the
just
one with James Franco, right?
yeah, I honestly, it's ironic you said that. We talk about how good he is with casting and actors, but that's the only one I feel like all the actors were miscast in one way or another. Like, I do not feel any of these conveyed what the original Wizard of Oz was supposed to be, nor did I feel like really they were properly acting. Like, no one in that film goes out unscathed, in my opinion.
To be honest, I don't remember what the film is about. I think it's like a prequel or a sequel
Yep,
to The
it's
Wizard of
how
Oz.
it's like an alternate history. How did Mila Kunis's Wicked Witch turn green? How did her
Oh,
sister die,
so it's
played
like
by
a
Rachel
Wicked.
Weisz?
It's like a competition for Wicked, I guess.
It's this weird, like it is a prequel to the MGM film, but it's
Mm.
also like in the same series as like Return to Oz. I don't know. It's a very odd film. It's one I don't recommend
Yeah,
rewatching.
I think with Sam Raimi, it's best when you don't know about him doing the film. What I mean by that is obviously at the time when he made Spider Man, those movies were like underdogs. It was not
Mhm.
like what it means to direct a Spider Man movie today. When he
Yeah.
made those movies, he kind of got to do whatever he wanted. I mean, prove the point that Peter's spider web does not come from a cartridge, but comes from his body, right? Which I think is something that he was like, you know what? I don't like this cartridge thing. I'm gonna make him biological. and
Yeah.
nobody said, "Well, that's not comic book accurate," because nobody cared, right? And even Green Goblin's costume looks more like a Power Ranger than the actual Green Goblin costume, right?
Yeah.
Um, so
But
I think when he's under the radar, he's able to shine more because there's less pressure and maybe less expectation from the studios from him. It seems like the high praise budget films, that's where he struggles the most. Like when the pressure, not just from the studio, but from the fans is coming to the movie, that's where he struggles, I think. The most, I think. I
yeah.
don't know if you would agree with that assessment on Sam Raimi's
No,
career.
I agree. But I mean, even looking at his like other films, like non-horror, non-Spider-Man, superhero, whatever, like A Simple Plan or oh god, Simple Plan is great by the way if you check that out. Like if you want like this really tense, like the movie The Rip came out recently that
Uh
takes
huh.
I believe heavily inspiration from it. Like Billy Bob Thornton's fantastic in it. It's got Bill Paxton, like rest in peace. That guy really did deserve more, honestly, in life. Just
Talking about rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara.
yes, rest in peace to
Canadian,
Catherine
right?
O'Hara. Yes, one of our greats is now gone. That one hit me hard. Anytime she was in a movie, it was a delight. Never once were we sick of her. We were always wanting to see more. My mom loved her a lot in Schitt's Creek and, well, Home Alone, of course, is where
Yeah.
probably she's best known for. Sally from Nightmare on Before Christmas. Yeah,
Oh, she was there. Damn, what a
worked a
loss.
lot with Eugene Levy in film with Christopher Guest, Best in Show, and Waiting for Guffman. No, just really, really tragic loss, honestly.
Hmm.
Even in that Argyle film from a couple years ago, that one,
She
she
was
was
in The
really good.
Last of Us too.
Yeah, yeah, she was in The Last of Us. She was in Series of Unfortunate Events as well too. So,
That's true.
but one movie before I think we talk a little bit about Send Help, I wanted to talk about was Darkman.
I
I
have not
kind of
seen that one.
You have not seen Darkman? I
No.
recommend it. It blends everything. It's a horror superhero film. It's original and it's very crime noir based. In my opinion, this is Sam Raimi's take on Batman or the
Batman?
Shadow. Yeah. And really, it got me excited if he one day decides to do another horror or even like a Batman movie down the line. But I mean, we've got our own Batman, two of them coming soon. But Liam
Well, we'll
Neeson's
see about that. We'll see about that.
we will. But
Because that Batman is going to be James Gunn Batman.
truth.
And we'll see if he can direct Batman. I'm not saying he's going to be fired, but I'm not sure if by that point Netflix might have other plans with the franchise.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could still be the top of DC. But like, come on, dude, let somebody else direct. Or wait to see what Batman 2 makes does on the box office, and then decide if you want to X that franchise. Just join them. Robert Pattinson is a great Batman. Matt Reeves has a good take on Batman. Why do we need a reboot? Like so close to the fact that we had Ben Affleck, Robert Pattinson, and now a third Batman in less than a decade. Like why?
Yeah. No, it gives other superheroes a chance, I guess. Batman defined the decade in the 2000s, 90s, to a
Christian
lesser
Bale.
extent 2010. So now it's time for Superman. But
Yeah.
we'll talk more about that when Supergirl comes out in the summer.
Oh
But
boy.
to wrap things up, what were your thoughts on Send Help? I want to know before I go watch it on Tuesday.
So the best way I could describe it is this is castaway misery on the beach.
Yeah. Really?
I mean, Castaway is a Tom Hanks film, right? Misery is the misery starring Kathy Banks on a beach because most of the film takes place on a beach. So that's like what to expect, but it's directed by Sam Raimi, if you know what I mean. I think the script it's not a great script. I think it's
Mm,
a very average script in a Hollywood production. Like I
yeah.
think this could have been written in the 90s and been stuck 20 years. Obviously, it got modernized. The fact that the boss is an asshole and he happens to be a man, and the employee is a woman who is nerdy. I think maybe that got updated, and that's where the tension lies in the film. But besides that, is two people that don't really like each other get stuck on an island after a plane crashes, right?
Yeah.
But I think the true star of it is not Rachel McAdams or Dylan O'Brien, is Sam Raimi. Because without his directorial choices, I think this film would be very average. And I think Sam Raimi elevates the script's material and makes it something good. And he's able to give subtext to perhaps a not so deep script that might be shallow, but with his direction, the script becomes more uh, subtextual and there's layers to the characters.
Hmm.
I think one of the best sequences that I won't spoil, but I will just mention, is a crash, airplane crash sequence.
Oh, really?
It's directed in a way that only Sam Raimi can make you terrified and make you laugh.
Love it.
Um,
It sounds
but
like he's pretty on top of this one then. That makes me very happy.
it's like the scene itself. It's it's a plane crash. We've seen that multiple times. But I think what makes it unique is the fact that he's the director.
Yeah.
Um, Even like we've seen people survive on an island multiple times, but again, there's a sequence where they're hunting a pig. Those angry pigs. I don't know what the name is. I think it's a javelin pig, one of those. Um, the sequence, it's elevated because of his camera choices and the way he focuses and uses POVs to make the scene very intriguing. And obviously, the way he uses blood in certain sequences is very elevated as well. I
That's
think
awesome.
the script is not the best. And you'll know what I mean when you see it. I think the script works for what it is, but I mean, the writers have been also nominated for Razzies, so like their track record is not award winning scripts. I think
Yeah,
this is a script that Sam Raimi saw, liked it, and said, I'm going to elevate it as best as I can. And I think in that regard, he accomplished. What I would say is, I think it's the best movie of the year so far.
that's
Like,
wonderful.
I really enjoyed it. It's not going to win at the Oscar or anything, but as a entertaining piece, especially when you pay $5, it's a no brainer. It's a perfect deal to enjoy a movie on a Tuesday, for example.
Yeah,
So I really liked it for what it was, and I think Rachel McAdams gave a very good performance.
that makes me happy.
Dylan O'Brien, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Like, he could be well casted, but he could also be miscasted.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a right cast, but he also delivers a good performance.
I mean, I like Dylan O'Brien since his Maze Runner days. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing him in
He's
the.
channeling a lot of that back.
Oh, good, good.
Like when he has to run, like you can tell this guy can do uh, stunts and he can do the physical side of acting, which I think it's something that he has not done in a while,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But I would recommend it. I think it's one of the best films that are in the theaters. Watch it before it gets off the theaters because it's definitely a theatrical experience because of Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
And the music by Danny Elfman also works very well. I mean, it's not as iconic as the Spider Man music, but you can tell these two friends were having fun collaborating. And it seems that your dog agrees with me.
He does agree. Sorry about that, folks. No, that makes me happy. That gets me very excited to hear and see it. And no, thank you. I'm to say it's your favorite film of the year so far. It's
I
already a
mean,
good sign.
it's not like we've seen many films, but I think it's better than Primate. I think it's better than whatever we saw last week, Mercy. So I think it is the best film Not just because it's better in terms of storytelling. I think it's better in terms of how it's executed. Like I would give it a 7 out of 10. I think the execution is well made, and obviously when you have two actors at the top of their level, really going at each other with this director going out there. There's another scene where something happens, and I think you see the shot. It's Dylan O'Brien's face in extreme close up, and he's crying. That scene is so tense, but only these two actors could make it work. But I think the casting notice of Dylan O'Brien was more in the setup before that. And some people might not like it. That's a fair warning because of the gender dilemma, or whether it's a woke movie or not a woke movie. But I personally did not mind that.
Yeah,
Basically, when they get to the island, the roles reverse, and he needs her, but in society, she needs him, type of thing. So some people might find that stupid, but I think it's pretty well set up in the setup of the film in the first act.
absolutely. I agree with that. Cool. No,
So
thank you, man.
enjoy
Excited to
it.
see you on Tuesday. No, thank you.
No worries.
But
Anything else you've been seeing? Have you seen Wonder Man?
yes, I watched the whole of Wonder Man. I really enjoyed it. When those critics, every time a new Marvel project come out, says that it's a game changer, or them
The
see,
best one since the best one?
yeah, it's the best one since that, or oh, this is an entirely original. This is the first time that I do believe that. This is a very different kind of show, but not for the reasons you might think. I watched it all because it is short, since each episode I think is under a half hour, one evening. And what surprised me most wasn't that I got really into Wonder Man's story, but Trevor Slattery's story from
Mm,
Iron Man
Iron
3
Man 3.
and Shang-Chi. Like,
Does it build to something? Like, is there a purpose to watching this show?
in terms of like the whole universe, or in
Uh-huh.
terms of the multiverse, not really. It's just kind of these two people basically trying to make it big. One's trying to start his career, another's trying to make a comeback, and they work together, and there's this really nice friendship,
Okay.
father son kind of dynamic that they have, mentorship really, that I think pays off incredibly. It's funny, it's charming, and no, I really do recommend it. But again, my reasonings for really liking it were just Ben Kingsley in general. Like,
Yeah.
that character, especially the arc he's gone through, I feel is so much unexpected. Like, I'm very grateful that it went this route. Yeah, definitely
Fair
recommend
enough.
watching it. It's probably my favorite Marvel project in a while. Favorite TV show they've done easily.
Fair enough. I mean, most of them have been pretty forgettable.
Yeah, no, this one I won't forget though. I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay. I'll see if I can give it a watch. I've been busy watching Ponies, Peacock show about starring Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. She's like an undercover agent in Russia 70s during the Cold War. So it's kind of dumb, but it helps me fall asleep. And I still been watching The Pit. Really good show
Yeah,
with Noah Wiley. Very good show.
nice. That's good.
But I think we are about to wrap this show up today, aren't we?
Sounds good. Yes, we are. You want me to sign us off?
Yeah, call it. This is a martini shot, man.
Lovely. He's Andres Ramirez. You can follow him at Jaro2096. I'm the Zach Houston. You can follow me on Instagram with that. Yeah, we're below the hotline underscore podcast. Thank you
For
for
now.
watching. For now, give us a shout or comment on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram if you want to see a specific episode or even know something about the industry. We're always happy to share our wisdom and experience. So have a good one, folks.
Bye bye, Zach. See you next week.
Bye bye. See you next week.